How much news do you consume on any given day? I thought I'd give you some stats and some ideas because here's what I know. Have you ever been upset or angry, or you get offended, or you're mad, or you're walking around in a bad mood? Maybe it's because of your news consumption. I know for myself, I had to make a rule, stop watching the news. So a couple things. Staying informed is important. We all know that. But here's what we also know. Negative news can take toll on our mental health and our overall well-being. Did you know that? You know, you're just watching all the time, so I thought I'd give you some stats. Did you know there's a Media Insight project that found that 80% of Americans perceive news as predominantly negative? In fact, a Pew Research study found that 71% of adults felt worn out by news, highlighting the psychological fatigue associated with continuous exposure to unfavorable stories. Well, you may think, well, how many unfavorable stories are there? Well, did you know that only 10% of the news is positive? And the other 90% typically is negative stories. Why do they do that? Because that's what sells. That's what sells. Here's what just blew my mind though. They find that the US Americans, adults in the US, spend approximately 35 hours a week consuming various forms of media, predominantly news, whether it's in social media or on TV or whatever it happens to be. Folks, that's 35 hours a week you're consuming news that's predominantly negative. What do you think it's doing here to your perception of the world? So here's something I thought I would do in those 35 hours. What could you do differently? How about this? What about engaging in community services, volunteering, shown to increase our well-being? Go out and help somebody. That's a good one. What about this? Practicing mindfulness and self-care, engaging in mindfulness practices such as meditation, yoga, can significantly lower stress levels instead of watching the news. What about pursuing creative hobbies? Exploring art, music, writing, or any form of creative expression can be incredibly therapeutic and help you. What about building connections with others, right? Strengthening relationships with friends and family, and create a support network that enhances mental resilience. And last but not least, exploring nature and outdoors, right? Spending time in nature is well documented to enhance our mental health. Folks, here's what I will tell you, right? The persuasive nature of negative news can have harmful effects on our mental health, right? And our overall perspective of our life and the world. And I have a thing, I don't watch the news. It's not that I'm Pollyanna, not that I stick my head in the sand. I know what's going on, but I know this. If the news gets bad enough, it will find me. I don't need to consume 35 hours of news a week, nor do you. And if you think there's somebody who needs to listen to this, please share it with them. If you like the stuff that I do, follow me. And I want to say be awesome and help somebody and make it a great day. Talk to you later.